Welcome back, everybody. Automotive Inc. Today we're up on the roof of my fifth wheel and we're installing a Maxx Air Vent cover. So you probably have seen these on most campers, and I've had them on almost all of mine. I've actually never put one on one of mine. They just had them all on there. And my brand new fifth wheel I had years ago, I didn't put them on. And I thought they were a gimmick until the next, when I sold that one and moved on to my used trailers, they all had them, and I know why exactly they're on there. So what this cover does is actually allows you to put this over your existing roof vents, if you will. And it works specifically with the Maxx Air fans, which are these fans right there. Now you can put them over any vent, but what this allows you to do is leave your vent open and prevent rain from getting in. And most of the Maxx Air fans have a rain sensor which will then shut them if needed. But it also allows you, when you're coming home from the lake or camping and the thing kind of stinks in there, you can leave this vent open while you're driving, and this protects that vent from getting ripped off and damaged. And we all know that when hail hits these things, when they get a little brittle, they can leak. And this adds an extra layer of protection in there for if the hail was to break that, it's going to have to go through that one, which is way thicker and way more resilient than these other little vent covers. And it'll protect you from getting water intrusion in from there. Now this fan cover itself I think is 45 bucks. I'll link it down below on the Zon, but I want to show you something real quick. So if you guys have one of these Maxx Air fans, now this is a direct replacement for the fart fan. You can see that the little fan that comes in these RVs, normally it's like a little 4-inch blade, if you will, has a little switch on it to turn it on, and it really doesn't do much air. So this whole thing came as a kit, and I was able to take literally all the guts out of the old fan. You can see the bracket here, and put in one of these reversible Maxx Air type fans. It's not a Maxx Air brand, but it actually moves tons of air. If you just turn that on reverse, open a couple windows in your camper, and then shut your bathroom door, it'll suck the warm air out and draft in cool air in the morning. Now I have a video on how to install that, so I'll link that down below. We got this as a kit, and it was less than $120, and so I will link that. It's on the Zon. This fan has worked great. It has multiple speeds, reverse and forward air, and it came with this cover. So today we're doing the install. Now if you look behind me, you'll see that my roof is white. If you want to know how to do that for about $100 to protect your roof, prevent fade, and also prevent UV and lower your inside temperature of your camper, I will link a separate video down below for that. Now, before we get started on this install, which is pretty simple, I want you guys to do me a huge favor, help a small channel out, and smash that subscribe button for me. At the end of the video, hit the thumbs up and notification bell so you know I'm posting new content, because at Automotive Inc. we do everything automotive. I've been in the automotive industry now for about 30 years. We work on them, we do everything, we do RVs, everything that if it rolls, we probably can do a video on it. Alright, so to install this bad boy, you're going to need a couple little things, probably a screwdriver and or a drill. It comes with all the hardware. The instructions are pretty vague, but you're going to get all of this in the box, all the clips and everything. You're going to need a drill. Maybe if you have one of these little drill punches, I like to tap and actually get my things. A tape measure, a screw gun, and a 9mm wrench, and you can probably install this in less than 10 minutes. So the first things first, we need to line up our brackets here, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these brackets here, and this is where you're going to need a small drill bit. They say 3/16 drill bit, but we went with a little bit smaller one. I went with a 5/32, and so what you're going to do is it has this little nub on it right here, because this always has a rise. And basically what you're going to do is you can lay these down, and then you can mark your hole by using one of these punches, which basically kind of draws it up. You can get it on Harbor Freight. I'll link one of these on the Amazon. But basically what that does is it gives you a pilot area to drill. Now for a general vent cover like this is not a Maxx Air, you're going to use the 4-bolt and this one center slot. And what I like to do is, there you can see these edges are round, so it's not super easy. So I took this vent and the back of the vent, I actually just lined it up there, and it actually gave me a straight edge to measure. I'm going to do mine at 2 inches, and I've already drilled the other hole. I'm going to drill this hole right here, and then we're going to mount these first 2 brackets with these inner 9mm wrench. All right, once you get those done, the center slot has a little bit of move, and the reason is because these do need to line up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our other 2 brackets out. We're going to get those marked on here. Once we get everything lined up, then we can tighten it down. You will need this vent open during that time. And guys and gals, if you want to change this out to a clear one at this time, go ahead and do that. They're not really that expensive, and you can find your part number kind of right down there almost all the time. So if you want to change this out, you can do that. Now, keeping in mind, this is only held on my clip, so if you want to do this later, you absolutely can. Really, this vent is not only super functional, but it actually super protects it, because we all know that hail happens, or branches, and this thing gets cracked, and it's a gateway right with water right into your camper. So this thing will help protect it and give you 2 layers of not only usefulness, but protection. So we're going to line up these other 2 brackets and get them drilled. Now, while you're mounting them, guys, you're going to put the screw through the bracket here first. Big fender washer, lock washer, nut. Don't tighten the brackets down until you get all of them mounted so we can get them all moved around. And then be careful of all the metal shavings. These are sharp. So once everything dries out, they'll blow away. But don't just run your hand across them, clean them out. They can blow off, or you can wash them away later. But be real careful, just in case you have some big ones. You don't want to gouge those into your rubber roof. All right, now that we got those 4 loosely mounted, you can go ahead and drape your cover over here and basically get them to where they're lined up. Now, you can do one side at a time and get it lined up where you want it with your tabs, and then you can put your pin in, and then you can actually swing this cover over and do the other side the exact same. As you can see, it does have a back. And we'll talk a little bit about this here in a second when we install it. But right now we're going to go ahead and get the brackets lined up. And again, it's really going to clean up this roof. And I will do a video later. I'm going to go ahead and change this black vent line cover out with a blue one or a clear one, just to allow more light through this. We already have a skylight in the bathroom here, but we're going to go ahead and swap this one out just because it's dingy and ugly. All right, so like I said, you can pin it, do whatever. I was able to reach in and tighten up all but this front right one for some reason. So once I got them basically hand tight, again, the lock washer is what's going to hold it on. You can just pull the pins out of that, and then you can swing it back over. And so easy maintenance down to lake. Somehow big bug gets in there or whatever on top of the grate, you want to get that done. So now we're going to put these other pins in. You don't have to worry about the orientation, up or down, whatever. You just have to make sure that this clip is on the other side. All right, once you're done messing with it, you just clip the clip right here on top. No matter if you want them up or down, or I guess forward and backwards. Clip in there. If you want to take this off, you just pick this up and turn it sideways. Now we're going to install the back, which is pretty easy. So it's going to come with no screen on it, but if you have some 1/2-inch spline or some extra window screen for your house, all of mine, the people had somehow put some screen in the back. So I just hot glued it in there. I kind of burned my fingers up a little bit, but this will keep the bugs out. Now you still have your inner screen down there, but this is just going to help shore up keeping extra bugs out. And then this part is pretty easy. There's some clip holes up here at the top right here, where these little tabs are going to go into, and then the bottom little clips are going to go down in those holes down here. And ladies and gents, there is the install of the Maxx Air Vent cover on just a standard roof vent. You do not have to have the exact brand, although I'm not endorsed by Maxx Air. I will just say that they're one of the best brands out there. But when I wanted to do this job, I couldn't get one, so I tried the less expensive one without the remote. I don't need the remote because I only have one vent on my roof of my RV on this one, and it's worked excellent. So again, I will link those all down below. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, and I have tons of RV stuff coming out. Tips, tricks, hacks, whatever the heck you want to call it, and a lot of cool, inexpensive ways to invest or save and hold on to your investment and protect it. As always, guys, I appreciate you guys being here, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one.